All right. All right, I'd like to call to order the special town council meeting for April 14th. And we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mike Aurelio.
Present.
Brian Blazak.
Present.
Wayne Pondinas.
Present.
Michael Schilling.
Here.
Gerald Swatz.
Present.
Dave Westland.
Present.
Beth Hernandez present.
Okay. I would officially like to welcome our newest town council member, Mike Aurelio. Welcome,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
wanna
Thank you.
Give a little bio on yourself?
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want to say thank you to the Republican Committee for caucusing me into the council. I'm grateful for that. I'm looking forward to serving the town of St. John. Little of my other committees I've been on, I served on the BZA, the Police Commission. Most recently, I was in the Township, St. John Township. I was the chairman there. I have a background in economics and business, and I promise to do my best to use our tax dollars wisely. I have 4 children. My wife, Michelle, was here, but she has since exited. So, thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, so with the resignation of Paul Panzik, that means our vice president has also left. So we need to elect a new vice president.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Mike Schilling for vice president.
okay. Are there any other nominations? Last call. Nominations will be closed. Then I will ask for a voice vote for Mike Schilling for vice president. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nope, don't need a second for that.
Aye.
All right. Congratulations and welcome, Mike.
Congratulations.
I was told, the way I understand nominations do not need a second.
No, especially if you only have one.
Okay. All right, item number 5 is the approval of the minutes. You have the February 2nd special meeting minutes and the March 3rd special meeting minutes. Any questions or corrections on those? Then I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the February 2nd, 2021 special meeting minutes and also the March 3rd, 2021 special meeting minutes.
Thank you, Mike.
A second.
Thank you, Wayne. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. That is approved 5-0. Item number 6, new business. We've got ordinance 1725, which is an ordinance annexing certain real property commonly known as Calumet Avenue in Dyer, Indiana. We did approve this at our last meeting. And the meeting before that, we approved it on first reading. But we only had 3 members at our last meeting, so it requires a vote of at least 4. So, questions or comments from the board? Then I will look for a motion to adopt ordinance 1725 on second reading.
So moved.
Thank you, Brian. Is there support for that?
Second.
Thank you, Mike. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. That is approved 5-0.
Who was that?
I'm sorry?
I abstained.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
One abstention.
4-0, 1 abstain. All right. And then item 6B is ordinance 1726, which is an ordinance annexing certain real property commonly known as 11115 Parish Avenue in Cedar Lake. Again, we had approved this at our last session, and in the previous session before that, we did it on first reading, but it requires a vote of 4. Questions or comments? Then I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number 1726 on second reading.
Thank you, Mike. Is there support for that?
Second.
Thank you, Brian. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. That is approved 5-0.
And can I say something, Mr. President?
Yes,
On that property,
yes.
I think this is what the residents are looking for. I think at the last meeting, it's a fiscal plan for the organization, extension of services for the proposed annexation of that property. It says in here, water, developer will extend existing water lines to the service property, and potable water will be available to all residents in the proposed area to be annexed. Sanitary is the same way, so is stormwater. And I think that's what the residents want. And if we let it get past this point, then that'll never go for the developer. So I think the residents will be happy with this, because now this developer has to pay for all of that. And I think that's what they're getting at, why they're asking why developers aren't paying for things.
Sure.
But in this case, it's been done right.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think our Plan Commission does a pretty good job with driving a lot of that stuff, so thank you for pointing that out. All right. Item number C, consider town employee health insurance quotes. So we have shopped through our insurance agent, the health insurance quotes. I do have them in front of me. Because of the deadline, they need to be done like right now. And fortunately, we were able to look at being able to keep the same policy with Aetna, I believe it is. Let me look here a minute. I'm sorry, with Cigna. Cigna OAP, and we will continue to keep that. We are switching from AccuRisk over to ISU. And with that, we're keeping the same deductibles. Everything remains the same. The employee rate for their health insurance is going up a little bit. Actually, you're right about 2%. I can go into the details if you want, but as far as their coverage for dental, in other words, the secondary coverages, those are all going to stay the same.
When were these meetings held and where
What meetings?
for the insurance? I don't have any information on it.
I went-
Never received any.
I went to the agent's office and sat down, and he gave me the rates.
Now, who's the agent? Is it Carl Coker?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And then usually the town has a meeting with the employees as to what's going on, and we didn't do that I know of.
No, they can't do that until we approve the rate.
I mean, well, I don't know how that works because it's something new, because Steve would handle all of that.
Right. Usually it's the town manager's
right.
responsibility. Since we don't have a town manager, it fell upon me. So I did the shopping. I talked to our Public Works Department. I actually talked to any of the council members that wanted some of the information on it. So they all have it.
I don't have any.
I'm sorry, I apologize. They don't have it. I'm the only one that has it, but I did discuss it with them. I sent that out in an email. So yes, it's up to me to make that decision. I didn't call an executive session for us to review this because it's employee benefits, but it's looking at a 2% increase. Single will go, yeah, basically the employee pays 20% of what the rate is. The rate on a single is going from 361 to 368, about a 2% increase, and it's pretty much the same all the way down the board.
Will this change somebody's insurance? I mean, did you say we're switching insurance companies? I mean, if somebody has some existing circumstances, will it hurt them?
No, because we're staying through Cigna OAP. It's just the carrier is different. It's still through Health Comp, it's still through Carl Coker. His recommendation was to go to the ISU because we can have a significant savings for the exact same policy.
May I ask, why is there a 2% increase if it's going to be the same policy?
Yeah, because AccuRisk was going to go up about 20%. So that's why we went to a different company.
So is the 2% increase because we've had higher claims, or what is the 2% increase?
No, actually, the 2% increase is actually pretty reasonable. Usually the insurance rates go up significantly each year. I know my insurance goes up with my company. Every year it goes up. Either that or my coverage gets worse. So we're actually keeping the coverages the same.
So they didn't give a specific reason for the increase, or are we giving the increase?
I didn't ask for exactly why the increase was. If we would have stayed with Cigna OAP with AccuRisk, Single would have gone from 361 to 447, instead of from 361 up to 368. So usually these aren't discussed at council meetings, because it's really the town manager that handles these things. So without a town manager, I had to step in and do this
Is this for a 2-year term, or 2-year, or is it every year?
every year.
Because last year, I don't remember going through anything like this.
Oh, so anyway, in answer to your question, yes, if we approve this, he would like to meet next week. I think Wednesday and Thursday, he's gonna have open sessions for all the employees. That's his recommendation. I'm gonna leave that up to the department heads if that's gonna work or not. So,
I think we should have the employees meet with him and hear what he's got to say, and then do this. But that's just my opinion.
you want all the employees to vote on whether they want?
Well, I don't know how that was done before. If they told us first,
No,
And-
the way it was done is he would meet with the town manager.
and then the town
The
manager.
manager would then sign it, and once it's signed, then they would call the
then he would
employees
have
and
the
say,
luncheon.
yes, they would call the employees in and say,
Okay,
here's,
well, I don't know how he did it.
here's your new policy, here's your new program, here's what the details are. Because you really can't have that meeting until you've actually decided what needs to be done, so, or what the policy actually is.
Jerry, just for reference,
Yeah, you got involved in this in the beginning, so.
the original quotes, there were 3. It was put out for bid. There were 3 original quotes, one from from our current carrier last year, and 2 new additions. So there were 3 quotes got by the broker. Our current policy holder raised the rates 19.2% for this year. The second bid was 6, or in that neighborhood, 20.6%. This third carrier went up 6.2 or 3. Therefore, as Mr. Coker related, that there should be no real rocket science as to 6.2 or 3 versus 19 and 20%.
Now, when you say it's the same coverage, but different carrier, are the employees gonna be able to go to their same doctors and stuff that they have already?
It's still,
And this-
the medical network is still Cigna OAP. That hasn't changed. The only difference is gonna be where the billing comes through, I believe.
Where the money goes, Michael, that's about it.
Well, I know, but the thing I have a question, sometimes when you change, it changes your networks, but none of that gets changed.
Correct. Yeah, the network is still Cigna OAP.
We should have had Carl Croker on here explaining that to us. And we could have had a meeting on this.
It's never been done at a town council meeting.
Well, even an executive session then.
I don't believe you can cover employee benefits in an executive session. You can't.
Well,
So, I'm looking for a motion to approve the insurance policy and authorize the town council president to sign. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there support for that?
Second,
Thank you. Questions? Comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
nay.
That is 4-1. Approved. Okay, item number D is consider the insurance quote for a town liability and umbrella insurance policy and also the workman's comp. This is another one that the town manager typically would approve. And so we are staying with the exact same company, same rep that we've used. We are going to look at increasing our deductible slightly. I can find it. Anyway, it comes out to a savings of $30,000 a year. I've got it around here somewhere. We're keeping all the same coverages. We had the significant decrease in 2 areas. One is our workman's compensation claims went down significantly. And there was one other one that went down. So this covers property, includes scheduled equipment, general liability, employee benefit liability, law enforcement liability, management liability, employment practices liability, cyber liability, business auto, which is all of our vehicles, our umbrella liability, and also our workman's compensation program. Last year, our existing premium was $405,000 and change. Our new premium is going to drop to $389,000 and change. Questions? Then I will look for a motion to approve the insurance policy and authorize the town council president to sign.
So moved.
Thank you, Brian, for support for that.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mike. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Nay. I think it would have been courteous for everybody to have discussed this instead of just one person. You have all the information. Would have been nice, but, you know, that didn't happen, so.
Well, I send out an email and I send out a text and I called every one of the councilmen.
Did you
And
bring
s-
any
and
information?
some people-
Did you bring any information
And
to
some
anybody?
people never called me back.
Did you hand deliver this to
No,
somebody?
Nope,
According to Mike, you did.
no.
He said Jerry brought it over to me, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay. No, I carried it with me and I carried it home with me. I didn't drop it off
I'm
with
asking,
anyone.
I know what he told me, so.
Right, and I would have done the same to you if you would have called returned my call.
I return your phone calls.
Never.
Okay.
No. Anyway, we move on. Item E, consider Next Era Energy agreement to access town property near Olcott Avenue and 103rd Court in Homestead Acres and the Gates Soccer Field for surveying purposes involving new area transmission lines.
Are these transmission lines gonna be going through that park property, or?
No, they actually they're not actually running the lines, they're just doing surveys
Surveys?
on the lines, yes. This is, let's think here, if I can find this. So it actually, if you look at the document, it actually shows you the areas that
Yeah, I
they
seen
want.
them highlighted in yellow.
Yeah, the areas that they want to highlight. It looks like it looks like it's almost all on, well, it's on the NIPSCO easement, but it looks like it goes past that on all the sides as well.
Yeah, this is the one in the area in the gates here.
Yes. Mr. Westland, you reviewed this document, I believe?
I did. I think this was sent to me a couple of weeks ago. All this document does is provide Next Era Energy the right to, upon notification, enter the property and conduct their survey. And they're going to pay you $250 for that.
Okay. And so this was something that Bob Davis brought to me. And again, it would be something the town manager would sign. But since he works with Public Works, I'm looking for a motion to accept this agreement and authorize Bob Davis, the Public Works Director, to sign this. So, any other questions or comments on this agreement?
And their transmission line, is that just the electric, the overhead electric lines? Or is this underground? Looks like the area where the
That I'm not sure.
overhead lines are.
I'm not sure, Mike.
All right.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the agreement with Next Energy and authorize the Public Works Director to sign.
Thank you, Mike. Is there support for that?
Second.
Thank you, Brian. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. That is approved 5-0. Item number 7 is public comment.
You have one person who's signed in, Gordon Ivatich.
Okay, sir. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Gordon Ivitich, 14576 West 93rd Avenue. I think I might be a little bit late to the game here, but in regards to ordinance number 1725, do you guys have a aerial of what they want to annex?
1725 is the Calumet
That's the
Avenue.
Calumet Avenue,
Avenue, yeah, the extension for,
and that's gonna be on the south side of, what's the Greystone subdivision?
gonna pull it up here in a minute.
What are the borders, the street borders?
What's that?
The borders of the streets that it's going to basically border on? I mean, is that off of 81st, is that? Because
No, this is on the south end of town, off 101st and, in the 101st and Calumet area.
Okay, okay. Reason why I'm asking, reason why I'm here is in regards to, I'm requesting county to, since I live actually from you, Gerald, just west of him, I am on the, just on the outside of your western boundary. And I was asking county to do some ditch cleaning and maintenance. And they said they'd be more than happy to do it, but everything got put on hold because they were actually going to, this summer, pave from your border to Sheffield, and that got put on the back burner because they said St. John is going to annex
St. John's gonna annex what?
the unincorporated area west of town on 93rd Avenue.
No.
That subdivision's in there. That's why.
You're talking about west of, Bramblewood and?
Yes.
No, the town's not gonna annex that.
The county's
Now,
not doing
sometimes the-
any work, so I don't know if there's a miscommunication between St. John and county, but they said their project got put on hold.
I know sometimes in the past, county has withheld paving roads that they anticipate a town that's gonna annex, you know. They might be anticipating with growth, but pretty much our western boundary, especially on the 93rd side, it stops right at Bramblewood.
Yeah, just
And-
past Calumet. I
And
know.
there's nothing for us to really to annex over there because you already have other utilities, water utilities and sewer utilities that cover that area, so.
I can see the tower from my house. I know which one you're talking about.
Well, that's our water tower there, but.
Kilkenny, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, once you get west of there, Enclave subdivision and
Oh,
all
that's,
that,
yeah.
that's private utilities and,
That's Aqua, Illinois, yeah.
yeah.
No, that's our biggest thing, because I know, I don't know how long it's been. Has it been?
Yeah, I don't know why the
Probably
county would
about
tell you
7, 8
that.
years ago in regards when it became the annexation wars between Dyer and St. John and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that, and we're just wondering if that's what's gonna start happening again.
No, it's,
I think that we annexed a chunk of property there so Dyer couldn't come south any further. So I think that's done. I don't know of anything that's going on that side of town, do you, Wayne? As far as development?
no,
No, so I,
Okay, well, I just want, you know, I'm here to address it to the board and just see, you know, for us so we can deal with the county highway department and say, okay, this is what's going on, so we can get our tax dollars working for us.
right. Right. So if they continue that same story, you could email me,
Okay,
and then I can contact them as well to say, find out what their thoughts are or what their reasoning or plan is, because we don't have any plans to go that way as far as I know.
okay.
So, but if we do, there will be a public hearing, you'll have an opportunity to speak
Well,
on it.
yeah, I know that, because I was gonna say, nobody received a letter or anything like that. It's like, okay,
Right.
what's going on here?
Yeah,
you
so
know,
this annexation, we did 2 annexations, one of them is south on Parish Avenue.
Okay.
And this one is just an extension of Greystone,
Okay, all right,
just a small extension on Greystone.
all right,
But thank you
Thank you
for
very much.
being here.
ladies and gentlemen.
Any other public comment from either of you?
say that, but I know the county has,
Okay.
in the past, like 101st, they did not pay that, and they should have. We annexed it in 2005.
Okay, then we'll move on to section 8, which is reports and correspondence. Town council, Mike, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything, thanks, Jerry.
Wayne?
None?
Brian?
No, sir.
Mike?
No, sir.
Okay, one thing I have is that with the resignation of Paul, we don't have liaison for the Plan Commission and the BZA. So I would like to move Brian over to those because he's kind of been involved in that stuff anyway. And then also move then Mike Aurelio over to the EDC, I think, which is what Brian is on right now. I think that would be a good fit for him as well. Do you guys have comments or concerns on either of those ideas?
No, I don't have anything.
Have at it.
Okay. Does that require a motion, Mr. Westland, or is that an appointment that I make?
I think those are legislative appointments.
Okay. So they don't require a motion then?
No, they do.
Oh, they do?
An executive appointment,
Oh,
That's you.
legislative. All right, gotcha. All right. So then I would like a motion to move Brian over to be the liaison for the Plan Commission and the BZA. And we'll handle that one first.
I'll make a motion to have Brian Blazak be the liaison, council liaison to the Building and Planning and Plan Commission
And the BZA.
and the BZA.
Thank you, Mike. Is there support for that?
Second?
All right, thank you, Mike. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. That is approved 5-0. And then a motion appointing Mike Aurelio to be the council liaison for the EDC.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Mike. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. That is approved 5-0. All right, item B, clerk treasurer. Beth, do you have anything for us?
No.
Okay. Mr. Westland?
I don't have anything.
No?
Nope.
Then I will look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you,
I'll
Brian.
second that.
Thank you, everybody else. All in
Wayne,
favor
second.